If you've written a press release, then of course you want to know to what magazines or which journalists you need to send the press release. Well, let me tell you, in Belgium there are some very good technology platforms and magazines. Probably you already know them. I think about Data News, for example, TechCine, TechPulse, and Computable. And there are some very known and very good technology journalists. For example, Christophe van der Stad, Pieter-Jan van Leemputte, Els Bellens, Michel van der Ven, Michael Awesomes. There are a lot of journalists, and probably if you have a look at the website of the magazine or the news platform, you can find those names. But it's not only about finding the names, it's about having the personal relationship with them. And that's the value of working with a PR agency. Because if we send out a press release, then the journalist knows, first of all, that Evoke is specialized in technology and that we know that he's looking for that kind of news. So that's why it's important to work with a PR agency. There are some very good technology magazines and platforms, but of course, every newspaper or every magazine, general magazine, they have their journalists who are specialized in technology, who are even following the startup and scale-up scene. And that's the value of the PR agency. We know which journalists work on the domain of technology. Apart from that, depending on the type of news, you can also send your press releases to other types of magazines. For example, if you have developed technology specifically for retail, then you can send your press release, of course, to retail magazines. If your technology is about industry or automation, there are certain trade magazines only covering industry. So depending a bit on the type of news that you are distributing, you can look for different magazines. We always make a press distribution list before sending out a press release, and we look together with our customer if we have all the magazines that are covering that kind of news.